99% live. All right, we are live on Ability Network. Emily Gomer, your podcast engineer and host. She's got a few minutes to tell you what's going on today and a little bit from her perspective. Emily Gomer, take it away. Emily.
All right, welcome everybody to the World of Ability Podcast Network. My name is Emily Gomer, and I'm a podcast engineer here, and I'm excited to bring you another episode of the World of Ability, which the show was started 4 years ago by Cart, as well as one of our partners, Marcus Hart of Transform Media. Which the launched on July 26th, 2020, which is the 30th anniversary of the passage of the ADA, or the Americans with Disabilities Act, by then President George H.W. Bush. So the show is this is all about advocacy and looking at life through the lens of people with disabilities, which I have a disability, an invisible disability of autism, a part of the Autism Society of South Central Wisconsin, which one of the things helping plan an adult autism conference. So Kara, would you like to say anything, or should we bring in our one of our guests today?
Well, we'll do a little bit of both. We're going to build this up here. So we're 5 minutes into our showtime. We do this show 1:05 p.m. promptly, punctually, and reliably here. We've been doing this for approaching 4 years. July 26th is our 4-year anniversary date of this show, and it comes into the 34th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act, and it has been a joy and a treat and a pleasure to do this show all along the way. And we have had quite the run of many people out there in professional networking. Great kudos out there to the Happy Neighborhood Project and the Happy Co-op, all brought forth to us that we found out about it 4 years ago, about the work of Edwin Edaberry, Chief Happiness Officer, and he's been working on what he's doing now since 2009. We're interviewed 1,000 people about happiness. And yeah, today we have Marianne Ambrose here, Marianne of Mariana de Mexico, Marianne Waikiki. So she's out there really promoting and connecting and providing us a lot of news and references. Emily has maybe a dozen different things to bring into the show today, show and tell, and really kind of giving you a showpiece of what we're all about today. And we try to keep it in AV fashion for acts of kindness with the book series brought to us by Marianne and her book team and their team making apps, app games, and our finger puppets. Maybe there'll be a showing of some of these finger puppets by Sue Roskoff today. We'll have to wait and see. This is a 2-hour window format. I tell people it's like a house party, just come mix and mingle, and we're going to mix and match, and we're going to have conversation like you would at any celebration of those in your personal life. So thank you for joining us today. And Emily, yes, come on back and give us a real big build up and introduction of Marianne. How do you do it, Emily? Let's lead the way and do a check-in to see if she's ready. But what's your introduction, Emily, on top of what I said? What else do you have to say on Marianne?
So, Marianne, we met her. She was living in Hawaii, but she's currently in Mexico. But she's a sign language interpreter, author, app developer, and has finger puppets and book series, and is working with Leanne McLaughlin from the Clean Water Foundation, which Leanne may be on a little bit. We'll see, but So one of the things that um, that we're kind of talking about is the Great Garbage Patch between Hawaii and California. So we have a video on that. But Marian, are you able to talk or?
Hola. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Well, thank you so much, Kurt, Emily, and Sue, Transform You Media, Jay, everybody that's supporting this weekly Saturday show, World of Ability podcast. I'm Marianne Ambrose. I go by Marianne of Waikiki. It's my sign language name, my book author name. And today is World's Ocean Day. World's Ocean Day. And I have had such a great journey of sailing the oceans in Hawaii and Southwest Florida. And I got to go last winter before Christmas to the oceans of Mexico. So what a journey. I'm so excited to share with you. The good news about that the oceans are getting cleaned up. And they're getting cleaned up by an organization called the Ocean Cleanup, by a young inventor named Boyton Slat, who created these machines called Gyrogeny, and he is making a world of a difference in the oceans. And I want to share some of the videos that were sent to us of their 100th excavation project of cleaning up the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. And when I was in Honolulu for over a decade, I had the opportunity to live on a sailboat, and I got to interpret sign language for an amazing, deaf, intelligent man who is passionate about ocean and swimming with the dolphins, which we got to do several dolphin excursions and catamaran sails, and sailing with the Hawaii Yacht Club and Waikiki Yacht Club, and learning about ocean cleanup. And how my first book started was all this garbage was floating around my sailboat and in the marina and the Hawaii Yacht Club, and wanted to know where this was coming from. And I would get up, I'd be thinking about these topics, and I would go to the Unity Church of Hawaii and interpret sign language, and things were just talked about. And I got the ideas, and I met Suzanne Sims. She's our writer, who is writing the series with me. And Lucy Lynch sang at the Unity Church of Hawaii. She has this angelic voice. And we put these books together, the Acts of Kindness series, featuring 200 folk Manus puppets, with a soundtrack by Lucy Lynch and the Perfect Wave. And Nick's guitar, his acoustic guitar, sounds like whales and dolphins. It's just an amazing story that we put it all together, and we're able to continue to write the fourth book for climate change for Leon McLaughlin with Clean Water Foundation for what he's doing. So we want to celebrate World Oceans Day today. And as you can see, there's a picture of me sailing on Solitude, which I sailed on over here to San Diego, to Cabo San Lucas, and the boat is here in San Carlos, Mexico. And what a journey I've had. I've actually physically got to sail the oceans and witnessing the amazing cleanup of what is happening with, again, Boyton Slat and the ocean cleanup. So our first book is called Underwater Acts of Kindness, featuring Noah, the hard-of-hearing whale, who is having a glow-in-the-dark party on a Hawaiian vacation. And unfortunately, he gets hit by a black speedboat named Bad Karma and loses his hearing. And he has to go for rehabilitation. And he meets Dr. Fingers, the finger-spelling hermit crab. So maybe Sue will bring these characters on later. And then he's recruited by a sea turtle called the General of the New Earth Army. And while he is in this rehabilitation ship-shape clinic, he's learning the ASL finger spelling alphabet, and he sees all the sick fish. And he wants to know why. Why are all these sick fish in this shipping clinic when they should be back in school with their other classmates, just like children with disabilities? And so, and what kind of father is he going to be? How is he going to provide food with all this garbage? The soup is mess. The coral reefs are being bleached by sunscreen. So the general comes in as a physical therapist, and he tells Noah that there's this huge garbage patch between Hawaii and California. And the marine life have to come together, stick together, and swim and tackle this great Pacific garbage patch. So that's what they do in the book called Underwater Acts of Kindness. Now, Noah has a song, and I don't have that right now because I loaned it to a friend who is a security guard and an artist at the grocery store. And he just read the book and loved it and sharing it with his grandkids. One of them has autism, and his wife is actually a manager at Walmart. And he's like, you got to read it. And so I just gave him the second book, Rabbit Acts of Kindness, No Bully. And he wants to paint a portrait of me with my photo shoot. So what an honor this morning. And getting back to it, this is an amazing book. It's for all ages of the heart. It's for ocean cleanup, understanding what's happening with our world, Mother Earth. And every 2 years, there is a sailboat race called the Transpac Sailboat Race, where 40 to 50 boats leave California, the Los Angeles, Long Beach area, and they sail over to Hawaii, to the Hawaii Yacht Club and the Waikiki Yacht Club. It's called the Transpac Sailboat Race. And in 1997, Captain Moore from Moore Institute over there in Long Beach, California, sailed through this great Pacific garbage patch, this soupy mess. And it is the size of 2 states of Texas. And so he is honored in this book. We recognize him as well. And we learn more about that. And hopefully one day Captain Moore can join us on the World of Ability. But that's the story of Underwater Acts of Kindness. So again, we dedicate this book to Boynton Slat for the amazing work that he's doing. So Emily, I don't know if you could bring up the video that was sent to us of their 100th excavation of the ocean cleanup of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Can you do that, Emily?
Yeah, here. No. So it's a almost a 4.5 minute video.
Yes, it is. And it's worthwhile to see. Everybody needs to see this worldwide. So thank you again, Kurt Roskoff, Sue Roskoff, and Emily Gomeyer for this weekly World of Ability podcast. And this is the ocean cleanup video.
Today marks our 100th extraction of plastic pollution from the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, and it's the first one we're bringing to you live, giving you the opportunity to see the entire operation from start to finish.
Very excited. It's going to be a good day today, I think. And this being number 100, that's super special as well. When we started with System 2 in 2001, this would have felt like a very long time away, but here we are.
I mean, it's incredibly exciting.
So this is where we have our 4 cameras positioned. So you've got a view all around the deck. So hopefully we get some good angles and some nice shots today. 1,200 miles from land, we're a long way away, so it's deep, deep sea. A kind of a magical place to be. It's a place where not many people will experience in their lives. A real sense of the remoteness of the location.
So we know the technology works. It is a unique system in the world. It's so long, it's 2.2 kilometers. Imagine just walking that. It's really big. A lot needs to come together. 40 folks on the ships, then we have so many partners and people working together to get this done. It's the 100th extraction. We're getting better and better and better at it, but it's also tragic that we have to do this.
It is a bit that mix of emotions. When you see how much stuff is out there and how much stuff has been released into the environment, it is sad to see as well, right?
How much is this gonna be? And it's that anticipation of the moment when it all is landed on deck.
They're going to do it right, they're going to do it safe, and they're going to take the time they need to do it.
We have two main models that we're using and they were overlapping. So basically the models were saying, you're in a good spot. It is next level.
It looks like we're about to see some action.
They're pulling now on that pickup line.
And it looks like we have the retention zone slowly coming over the back of the ship, step by step.
This is a really nice moment actually when you do this, because this is the first time everybody really gets to see it up close. At that point it's safe, it's out of the environment and it's not going to be in the environment again.
It's just special to see and also great that it's not in the water anymore.
So what's going to happen next?
So we'll bring all of the plastic on board and it'll be pulled forward on the deck, and then they'll need to actually disconnect it so that we can pick it up and empty it.
We are only able to do this because we have partners supporting us.
Best of luck to the extraction crew. We hope for another record recovery.
I'm also super excited, and I want to say thank you to everyone who's been donating live. I was looking at the chat and just like donations are coming in. That's super cool.
Our community is asking to see it live, so here we are, bringing you closer to the action that's happening right this moment. I'm so excited to see so many of you joining online. I see people from Germany, India, Colombia, Hawaii. So thanks guys so much for joining us. We're so excited to have you here.
The faster we can go, the earlier we can scale up, the happier we'll be.
This is the moment that's like super exciting when you're on board, and it's going to be great to see it here as well. Yeah, it's kind of the highlight of the day.
I can't wait to see the catch on deck.
They're lifting it now.
You get this big noise, you're going to see everything fall. It's a steel deck, the whole deck is shaking underneath
here it is.
you as well.
This is it. This is the mission. This is the impact. This is all of the plastic. Wow. It's quite a decent pile.
Always magical, realizing that that would have been in the ocean for possibly centuries if we wouldn't have taken it out today. It's a good feeling.
You get that like nice explosion of plastic over the deck. I find it super satisfying to watch.
In this big pile, a lot of fish nets and all kinds of objects, crates, barrels. There are many things that we find in the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, unfortunately.
So we're going to recycle absolutely all of it that we can recycle.
The hard plastics and the fibers are sorted into two different fractions at that moment. Our global mission partner Kia will repurpose the plastic in their electric vehicles.
We look forward very much to receiving some of that plastic. We at Kia are working hard to find the best ways to recycle this plastic so that it never enters the natural environment again.
We hope you enjoyed this live plastic extraction and can walk away with a better understanding of our ocean operations. Keep following our progress on social media, and if you support what we do, speak about us to your colleagues, friends, and family.
Wow, wasn't that an amazing video, Kurt?
Yeah, exactly. You know, that this is just really heading in the right direction, and just fantastic to see the great work that others are doing, and that we can just kind of, you know, do like Leon says, working together works, and that, you know, that crew isn't even here right now, but Marianne, you pick up on these things and bring it in here, and Sue and Emily and I can bring it out to the world and put it out on these live streams and just really do this work that needs done together, and, you know, not needing these promptings. You know, I think that's kind of what's ailing us as humankind is, you know, a lot of great stuff is happening, and then people just kind of wait until they're prompted by the founder, the director, or a board member or something. And, you know, that's what the World of Ability to me is about, Marianne, is just taking this great work being done in the world and just plugging and playing and do it, you know. So like with your app games and finger puppets and books, and, you know, being able to, you know, kind of get with your teachers, and, you know, we're entering into summertime. So this is a good time of year to, you know, share acts of kindness and, you know, the work done in that video, and kind of reboot for what's going to happen the upcoming school year, you know, all the opportunities, because this is the time of year where teachers have that great opportunity to reconsider their lesson plans. So Marianne, I know that's a big direction of your work. And then Marianne, do you want to speak a little bit more in terms of showing the video and kind of what you see is there that we've watched this video of 4 minutes and, you know, kind of what you're all hoping for that Emily queued it up and showed it? What's on your side of it, Marianne?
Well, I was on the side of receiving the garbage around my sailboat. So this is amazing work that we've seen over the years and to make this happen. And I'm real honored that we were able to connect with the Ocean Cleanup. And we had the honor to dedicate this book, Underwater Acts of Kindness, to the Ocean Cleanup in Boynton Slat. And we're getting that out there worldwide in the future with Leon McLaughlin and Clean Water Foundation. We'll talk about that when he comes on. And again, all classroom teachers can receive copies of my books from donorschoose.org. That's donorschoose.org. I had a special education teacher, retired Marilyn Rogers, up in Kamiley Charter School in the island of Oahu, Hawaii, who requested 50 books on Donors Choose of Underwater Acts of Kindness. And within 2 weeks, she was funded. And Amazon sent the books to her classroom, and her classroom read the chapters of the books. And I went out and did a presentation bringing the puppets, and the principal was there, the other special education teachers. We were the talk of the school and that part of the island. And we have a song and dance contest of Noah's song, Plastics. O land dwellers, hear us call. O walking ones, we need you all. This plastic mess puts us in a distress. And anybody can put their own musical tunes to it. And people, uncles and aunties, when I was swimming there in Pokai Bay, we were playing around with the song lyrics with their ukuleles and guitars and just, you know, having a good time there. And it was so exciting to walk in because the children we're like, where's Dr. Fingers? Where's Dr. Fingers? And we brought the puppets in and did a slideshow teaching the ASL finger spelling alphabet of the 26 letters. And we passed around the puppets and they just loved it. And so with that, we were funded during the pandemic unemployment assistance, where we are federally trademarking the Acts of Kindness series. And Leon and I just had 2 days of meetings with Dr. Liddy Louis out of Florida, who's my intellectual property attorney, who I met through Happy Neighborhood Projects, as she was a host. And I got the honor to be a co-host in Hawaii and rolled over to be a sign language interpreter for World of Ability with Denise Vargas. And we just shared her birthday last weekend. So all this networking with our downtime in a pandemic, with Happy Neighborhood, the Zooms, all this amazing network is coming to fruition, and the vision and mission to bring these Acts of Kindness series worldwide. And Kurt, we have 500 million people worldwide now with a hearing loss. We have millions of moms and dads coming home from being of service who can't hear their own children or grandchildren. So again, these books are for all ages of the heart. And through Trevor Gibbs, who is the web detective of Charity Revolution, I met through Happy Neighborhood Projects, who spoke about the American Disabilities Act. And Emily highlighted that in the beginning. Yes, 30 plus years ago, President Bush signed the American Disabilities Act. And at that time, I was just out of college and became a case manager with the deaf at an agency called Transitions Community Support Programs, and helping the deaf adults with housing, work at Goodwill, maintaining their mental health, their small community, making sure that they had sign language interpretation at doctors' visits, in the court systems if necessary. And it was an amazing opportunity for doing that for several years. And so 30 years later now, Trevor Gibbs is helping us with the ADA, making sure that websites are ADA compliant, which he reviewed my website. And I don't know if we'll bring up my website later when Leon joins us. But Trevor edited the website. You need to make sure it's ADA compliant, meaning that the colors, the text, the size, the fonts, men over 40 tend to have color blindness. And having music, I had to remove the music with Lucy's song opening because the people couldn't see to turn off the button. So it's been a really learning lesson, and I'm very grateful that Trevor has this passion with his organization to go and investigate so that we are ADA compliant. And again, you can, businesses, if you're not, you can receive a $75,000 fine. And it's just been a wonderful networking experience of seeing what's happened over the decades and through the different journeys we've all got to experience. So Trevor also helped me a couple of months ago upload the signing characters in the book, featuring Dr. Fingers, the finger spelling hermit crab, who does the ASL 26 letters of the alphabet. We have Chelsea, the courageous sign language chicken, and Eve, the finger spelling bumblebee, and our second book called Rabbit Acts of Kindness, No Bully. And we have a turkey named Greta Gobble on the golf course, who does the numbers 1 through 9. And we have a golf app game too as well. And through the pandemic, receiving the unemployment assistance, I used those funds to show the vision and mission, re-editing the books, getting the ISBNs. Those were costly. All these things added up. I work with my Fiverr team in Pakistan. So I was working not only in the middle of the night, I would be joining the HNP events starting real early in Hawaii. I went with you, Kurt, around the world to India, Australia, Canada. We met so many people. And so it was such a great opportunity, and using that downtime and networking to share these visions, especially with Lawrence Wingate Studios. And again, veterans coming back with a hearing loss are going to enjoy these books, reading them to their grandchildren and kids. And so I'm just real grateful that the vision and mission is coming to fruition, and the universe will provide for this. So we use those funds appropriately, and we are looking for more funds to bring these books into animation. I created an Indiegogo campaign in July of 2021. We posted it. I didn't receive any funds, but Dr. Liddy introduced me to some crowdfunding again in 2024 for specifics with filmmaking and app games. And with that money also too, I created 10 Apple app games as online courses to show the vision that you read the chapter of the book, go to the YouTube, learn the finger spelling alphabet, and then go play the app games. So you get to go out and play. And we just recently created 3 coloring books with these characters, Dr. Fingers, the finger spelling hermit crab, Eve, the finger spelling bumblebee, and Chelsea, the courageous sign language chicken, where you will color the hand shape. And then you can also hold your hand so that you can look at your hand, so you can learn the sign, and then you can learn the letter of the alphabet. And then you'll see the character below in its scene of the book, such as Dr. Fingers is underwater and in a coral reef. Eve, the finger spelling bumblebee, well, she's in a flower pollinating. And Chelsea, the courageous sign language chicken, has her aloha lei on in a rainbow in Hawaii, where a lot of chickens run around. And so we're giving that aloha spirit. And so they're going to be a great bundle and package for Leon McLaughlin when they open up these juice, coffee, tea, water bars with the private equity companies worldwide. And again, Leon McLaughlin will be talking about that. So we'll be bundling the books. So it's been a real good feeling to have these 2 days with my intellectual property attorney, Dr. Liddy, again, who I met through Happy Neighborhood Projects.
Marianne, if I can interrupt you, I want to do a check-in with Jay. Jay says he has to leave in a couple minutes. Jay, are you still available or are you gone?
I'm still here. Yeah, I'm still here. I just wanted to let you know. Sorry, yeah, I just thought I'd pop in as I have an accessibility event I'm actually driving to. So I just pulled over for a bit before I get back on the road. But I was listening to what Marianne was saying, and I'm very intrigued and enthralled and amazing because we're all about accessibility. And up here in Canada, it's called AODA, which is the same thing, the policy. You have to follow the policy. So what you were saying, Marianne, was wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. I don't know if you guys can hear me.
Yeah, we heard you. Yep.
Please share more with me, because one, I got to be the interpreter for the deaf surfers in Hawaii with Access Surf, and it was an amazing experience. But guess what? I'm coming to Vancouver in September to October. So please share us more about what's up there in Canada and what you guys are doing for persons with disabilities. Share your story with us now. So glad to meet you.
Oh my goodness. Share my story. How long do you have? Yeah, so I'm the founder of the Disability Channel. The Disability Channel is a channel by and for persons with disabilities and veterans, showcasing abilities through our government-funded employment programs and media. So we are a twofold platform. We are first and foremost an educational platform providing opportunities to persons with disabilities and veterans in media via jobs. So we train people a new skill either in front of the camera as a television talk show host like myself, or behind the camera as a camera person, audio editor, social media, administrative, location scout, on and on throughout the production world. And our Persons with Disabilities platform was so successful over the last 4 years, including COVID, that we've placed over 85% jobs to our graduates, either part-time or full-time. It was so successful that the Veteran Affairs of Canada came a calling and said, can you help out our veterans transition from the battlefield to the workforce as they're all looking to learn new skills? So we said, sure. So now we do programs in Ontario, where I live in Toronto, but we're also now right across Canada, providing employment opportunities in media to the most vulnerable community and the hero community, we like to call it. So we're also a full-fledged television station, though. So we create about 35 different television shows a month, including the Today Show, US and Canada, which Kurt and Sue host, which I'm going to be sending you guys many more guests on both sides of the border, from musicians to artists to athletes to dignitaries to politicians. So the good thing about our platform, Marion, and whoever else is listening, is we get to showcase all of the success stories of our graduates, right? So we either hire them ourselves at the Disability Channel, where we are a hands-on, tangible production company. So when we ask you to do something, they can do it. That's why they get hired. And we're so enthralled with our location down in the United States with Project Die Hard, with Kurt and Sue and Brian as the leader, and now we got Big Records on board. So we are changing the world in a positive way, 24/7. We do no negativity. We don't go for all the BS that's going on in the media. We don't do that. We stay focused on helping people. So if people want to find out more information about our platform, you could go to www.thedisabilitychannel.ca and check out our Facebook page. It's wonderful. We have a wonderful, our flagship show, the Today Show, is right across America now on your home TV, which is owned by Kathy Ireland. We have full media accreditation. We've been to the Super Bowl 8 years in a row, Media Row, interviewing the biggest names from Mike Tyson to Tom Brady. And now we're on our way to the Invictus Games in February 2025 as production teams with veterans covering veterans. So we want to take that template that we built up here in Canada, take it down to the USA, which is ongoing as we speak. Our programs are coming down to the USA, and then take them around the world. As you can tell, I'm a talk show host, so I'm going to hand the baton back over to you guys.
All right, thank you, Jay. And I know you're on to another event, but Sue and Emily, anything else we want to see if Jay's got time for or not? What are you two thinking, Sue and Emily?
Just glad you had a chance to come on here and join us. We appreciate that very much. There's a lot of exciting things coming our way. Speaking in general here, there's a lot of exciting things happening in the world of the Disability Channel, and glad that you're able to come on in here and share a bit with us. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, before I leave, I do want to say, I want to tell our viewers that the team in the USA, Kurt, how long have we been together now?
We're in our 5th year. It was January 2020 that you guys did me the honor of helping us with Global Ability Fest and what ended up being Everyone In with Jory Pajinski. So yeah, we're 5 years in the making now. Yeah.
Well, and I really appreciate everybody plugging away. The United States is, I know what such a gem you guys have in the three of you, Emily and Sue and Kurt. And I know over the 5 years, like, we've been working hard together. And we've been always trying to find the exact fit, right? Like, we've always been hit and miss, doing this, helping each other, supporting each other back and forth, but we're trying to find the niche. And now with the Today Show and our programs and Project Diehard, I know we found it. So thank you guys for supporting the channel, being great friends, and the future is extremely bright.
For sure, for sure. So Emily, with your involvement with the Autism Society and the Integral Autism Conference, and with what you're able to do to be a part of television production, I'm sure, Emily, it's a unique offering from what you've been doing with the Autism Society and that conference. I'm sure you're the only one with this connection to someone like Jay that is bringing the television world to something like the Autism Society.
I'm sure I probably am.
Yeah, we're big.
Yes.
Like, our platform is really supportive of the autism community, the Down syndrome community, every disability, whether it's internal like myself or external. Like, we have a lot of graduates and staff members who are, they were born with missing limbs, and God bless them. It's just so, as a person who I consider myself, able-bodied, whatever, to look around and to be beside somebody who, who's less fortunate, it just really gives you a kick in the butt. Like, if you got anything to complain about, like, just stop complaining. You know what I mean? Like, just stop it. Just stop it. So our staff is amazing. Everybody should hire a person with disability or a veteran. It'll change your life. Bring them into your office. It'll change your life. I'm telling you that right now. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. Have a great day, and expect guests on your platform, Kurt and Sue.
Awesome. We look forward to it, Jay. Thanks for all the work you do, and it's great doing it with you. Thanks,
Thank
Jay.
you, guys.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you. Can you remove me? Because I don't know how to remove myself. Sorry.
Yep, we will do that. You're going in the waiting room now. Bye for now.
Thanks.
All right, I want to check in with Don Crumlin. Not sure if this is the good time to, dive into a Don Crumlin conversation, but Don, calling out to you if you want to unmute and kind of get some initial thoughts from what you've been watching and listening to. Feel free to come in here, but we're not getting him unmuting right away. So Marianne, I want to give the mic back to you. I know you shared a lot with Emily, and so we can do a lot of show and tell, or anything else you have in mind, Marianne.
Yeah, so I've had the honor with being on your show with Don Kremlin. He's amazing. He's retired military. He can share the story. In Hawaii, I got to interpret for the Air Force Band, which is an honor, with Marsha Joyner, the late Marsha Joyner, persons with disabilities, Derek Tamura. They do amazing stuff out there in Hawaii. And I highlight the fact that we have millions of moms and dads coming back from being of service who can't hear their own children or grandchildren. And these books will be very beneficial. Again, sharing the story, leaving the legacy, and commenting to Jay's about the autistic community, that sign language is a solution, not only for social spatial distancing, which we all kind of experienced during the COVID pandemic, where we had to be 6 feet apart. Now, how hard was that to hear other people, to show patience, to show gratitude, and understanding? And so if Don comes in, we'd love to hear his story in regards to the military families and how we can get these books out to the education departments, to the military families. We highlight the Red Hill community, Navy in Hawaii that has gone through some major water treatment tanks, scenarios that Leon can talk about, the contaminations that are affecting the families, being misplaced as the families because of housing and not having clean water and the quality of life. So I hope Don can talk a little bit more with us on World Oceans Day with his travels and what we can do together to bring these books into the military bases, classrooms, and teachers. And again, it's summer break, like you said, Kurt. It's time for teachers that can go on to donorschoose.org, request copies of the books and the coloring books and Folk Manus puppets for their classrooms. And last fall, back to school in August, Subaru Hawaii donated $25,000 to classroom teachers requesting products and services for their classrooms. So not only we have the books, the coloring books, the puppets, and I forgot to tell you, we have 10 app games. And a couple of the app games, we have the Coast Guard there with Noah the Whale, and there's floating life jackets where you can count how many floating life jackets there are in the ASL fingerspelling numbers. And so they're great fun activities for everybody. So we want to give a great appreciation again today for World Water Day to Boynton Slat, the Ocean Cleanup, the military, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, the Army. We also have a sea turtle called the General of the New Earth Army, who recruits Noah the hard of hearing whale to tackle the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. And we also want to thank the Coast Guards. And Kurt, if you are water skiers, so if there's any other organizations out there and all the volunteers going up, picking up the plastics on the beach, at the bus stops, at McDonald's, and the garbage, it just takes 10 seconds to look on the ground and look around, put the plastics up. The wind blows it away, go back and get it. It's great exercise for you. Everybody wins. So I don't know if Don is available to come in next and speak, so I can take a break here. And Emily, I know you have another video. So when we roll over with Leon, we can again highlight World's Ocean Day and what we're all doing to make a difference, especially with networking here on the World of Ability podcast. What an honor for Jay to hear our stories, knowing that we're making a difference and being supportive, both not only Canadians and Americans. I'm in Mexico. And we've traveled the world, Kurt, together, and HNP, India, Australia, all these places are being affected by these Great Pacific Garbage Patches. So back to you, Kurt. Thank you so much.
Well, we do have Don here. So, hi, Don. What do you have to say today?
How's everybody doing? Marianne, thank you so much for those wonderful words of wisdom and input and the global reach. I applaud everything that you're doing. I think it's absolutely wonderful that you have such a marvelous interface with the military and with the consciousness of the world environment and the environmental concerns and how that's all integrated in. We all have a precious interest in preserving and saving this planet from carelessness as well as the other hazards that come along with people that don't take it as seriously as the rest of us do with regard to what a valuable and precious resource we have and how delicate the balance is in order to ensure its longevity in providing for all of us that share this planet together. So once again, I thank you and applaud you and encourage you to continue the marvelous things that you do in helping us move forward in all of those areas. So with that, how may I be of service to the rest of you?
Well, one thing I want to do, Don, is, you know, as people who aren't familiar, people out there who aren't familiar with the Happy Neighborhood Project, other than through our show, you know, they may not be able to detect how, as the five of us are on here, there's some things that that we could recognize how H&P made it possible in the work of our Chief Happiness Officer, Edwin. You know, that there's been books and speeches and all sorts of stuff. TEDx talks about, you know, the power of one, what one person can do. So to think of what Edwin did when he committed to interviewing 1,000 people about happiness and then bringing us together with our Happy Neighborhood Project. You know, we've had mentors like Kathy Weaver and so forth, and captains and our co-host team and so forth. The question I have, Don, is with our H&P family, as Denise Vargas has a saying, I'm not sure if you know our co-host Fareed Ali, or he's been captain as well. Do you know Fareed? I don't think you do you?
I don't think I do. I'm not familiar with him.
Okay, so I'm
I
kind
think
of
I've heard the name before, but I'm not familiar with him personally.
Yeah, so kind of in good, happy co-op fashion and happy business networking, I just want to have you put his name in your notes, and then Emily can help create a professional business introduction or family introduction within our family.
Sure.
H&P.
Yeah.
He's got some specific goals that he's trying to achieve, and I think you would be a good resource person for what he's trying to do, and we can kind of pick that up as a leader, as a suggestion that we get you two together. I think you two will be able to do something together once we get you more introduced.
Absolutely, yes. I'd love to meet and learn more about what it is he's into and what he does. And if there's anything I can help and make a positive contribution to, I'll certainly be glad to assist in any way that I can. I thank you guys for always providing a wonderful platform here in the sharing that you do. And amplifying a little bit on H&P, I'm not sure what the rest of your viewers and participants in the podcast are familiar with, but I think you guys may be familiar with, but your audience may not be familiar with the story of how I met Edwin. Edwin lives here in the Sacramento area with where I am as well, and he approached me before H&P became a thing, when he was it was in its infancy, and he was talking about the efficacy of happiness and sharing and spreading happiness throughout the world. And then, you know, I learned about his success with the United Nations and doing presentations there, and his TEDx talks and all of that. And just like he tells the story of how he was in sales and he didn't make a good communication necessarily with a potential client, but they were so impressed with his enthusiasm that they came back to him and he made the sale anyway. And that's pretty much the way that I saw him when I first met him, was that here's this wonderful guy. He's got all this energy and it's pointed in the right direction. And yeah, the happiness collective is how the world should be. And we should all look at each other that way, and in terms of how we can complement each other and always spread a message of happiness. But I didn't see the vision that he had with where it was going in connecting all of the entrepreneurs and solo entrepreneurs. I forget what the right word is for that now. I know there's a good one, but I don't know what it is anymore. In order to join collectively to both be able to network and share information, talents, qualities, different businesses, how they could possibly complement each other. And through the networking that they know a few people and you know a few people, and so on with regard to how this can all organically grow, in ways well beyond what any single person's ability would be. And it's grown internationally as well. And all of that is little distraction there. All that is has been a very positive experience because of the unexpected explosion of communications across languages, across countries, and with leaders literally all over the planet that have been able to interface and cooperate and graduate. And I think that even the basics of people just having a dialogue, of being able to connect with each other beyond is as a foundation of the synergistic growth of being able to exchange information across the different specialty areas has been very, very impressive to me, at least, with regard to how it all fits together. And I see nothing but exceptional growth going forward as well, because the mission is a noble one. The collective energy and synergy that has come about, both organically and from friendly nudging, has all been a really positive thing. So I hope that continues. And I think it's great that you guys get to have this platform to share with other people and bring other specialties, areas and news together, as well as the fact that it sheds a light on the wonderful work that you guys are doing. And I continue to applaud you with regard to all of that, the great and wonderful things that you guys do.
Thank you very much, Don. Appreciate that. And yeah, I found out about the Happy Neighborhood Project, you know, in a sense through what we're doing here, because someone we collaborate with, you know, connected to John Morley. Do you know his name? John Morley from HMP, New Jersey? No?
Yeah, that name sounds real familiar.
Yeah, I always like to name drop him because he's the guy that got me started with HMP.
Oh, okay.
So I'm so appreciative of him rising to be co-host, and he's connected you know, with Transform You Media with Marcus Hart, who we have been working with since prior to COVID and everything, through River West Radio when we do our radio show. Marcus Hart has had his Transform You show as well on River West Radio. So it's kind of neat in life how this stuff kind of comes to be a gift into your life, and connecting it all and putting you on this unexpected journey, and how it really shapes us to really check in. The universe checks in with us. How open are you to everything we have to offer? You know, type of thing. And, yeah. Absolutely. And, you know, so basically, because I got invited to HMP New Jersey to say, hey, Kurt, you know, John with Transform You Media, he's co-hosting this meeting. I think you want to check it out. So I checked it out, and then the script is so good that the co-hosts are saying all the right things and get me onto the TEDx talk. And so after that meeting, I'm listening to Edwin on the TEDx talk, and I'm like, wow, I'm like, this is where I need to be because of the social enterprising nature of it, the idea of spreading happiness around the world. And then as a disability ally, I come in and I say, hey, how is that group doing spreading happiness to people with disabilities? And so I first caught on to like HMP New Jersey, all the states and everything, and I didn't see Wisconsin. So I'm like trying to reach out saying, hey, can I volunteer to get a Wisconsin thing going? And so we launched that January 2021, and then ran that for a few months. And once I knew the shtick and everything and was part of the co-host team, then all of a sudden I'm asking Edwin for HMP HMP Ability. So HMP Ability. And then Don, I don't know if you know this story, Don, but then in that conversation, I think you'll appreciate this. Edwin asked me, "Hey, Kurt, I just want to ask you, do you by chance, do you know Denise Vargas?" He says. I'm like, "Well, I've heard of her," kind of like you're saying about some of our friends. I heard of her
Right.
name
right.
recognition, but
Yeah.
I got the cue. I'm like, geez, if Cho is asking about Denise, I best get with Denise. So then Denise and I kind of had our conversation, and she was helping with HMP New York. So she's like, "Hey Kurt, how does that work? That you can't co-host, two meetings." And um, so she says, like, "What do you want me to do?" And at that time, by the time we got working on it, I had actually been promoted to captain. So I'm talking to her as a captain then of HMP. And then so I'm like, I don't know if you're up for it, but I'm like, we captains are helping HMP with 4 meetings. So I said, if you want to go that direction, you can check in with Cho and see if if that's where we're gonna go, and with the mentor team and everything. And that's what happened. She went through the ranks and still is a captain with us, and helped us do HMP Ability, HMP Nonprofit. That was inspired by Emily, actually. I was got to check in to see if everybody knows that one. And then the whole thing culminated in HMP Supporting Communities, which was meant to embody HMP supporting veterans. And Emily, I'm missing one. There's one other one that HMP Supporting Communities was established to kind of take care of all this interest in outward focus and humanitarian direction and everything. And so now with On Go Brunch, we don't have much of that anymore. We have HMP Weekend, we got HMP Australia, we've HMP B2B, we kind of don't have that right at the forefront, the humanitarian character that we have here at HMP. So that's what Denise and I are talking about. And Don, I know you're kind of in that footing. It's kind of a natural worldview you have. So that's kind of what we're trying to see, if we can take the next 6 months and kind of work with Edwin and kind of find something that'll be a sustainable element at the Happy Neighborhood Project to represent our flair for nonprofit work and all of that, and have it out in the forefront with the name, with an established offering of HMP that works with what we're doing with all the other things.
Well, absolutely. Thank you so much for bringing me into that conversation. Denise, I call her Super Diva, is such an incredible talent and a wonderful person. She has expanded her world into several different businesses that she's involved in. And she's one of those people that thrives on multitasking. She likes to have her hands in a lot of different things, and she's always very successful in all of the things that she gets involved in. So that's a great piece. And because she's multilingual as well, it's a great opportunity for her to interface internationally with whatever you guys come up with. So I applaud and support whatever you guys are doing, and because I know it's going to turn into something really good and really special.
There you go. Yep, that's what we're out for, Don. And speaking of something really good, really special, and back to some of this clean water business, we have Leon McLaughlin joined us. So we're going to do a little check-in with Leon and checking to see what's new, what's the updates, and then we got some plans with you, Leon, but we want to let you get started first and give us the what's new this week and what are you looking forward to the week ahead. What do you got, Leon?
Yeah, how's it going, Kurt? Everything is going really, really well. We just made that cover of Gold Coast Magazine, which the clients are pretty high end, and we're glad we got the word out about our project for the Hopi, Navajo, Blackfeet, and Gambia, bringing children water. We'll be sending out actually water filters today to the Hopi and Navajo tribe. For them to get those, we got a special filter that we custom made for them. We had our original special filter, that took out uranium and arsenic and a lot of other contaminants and viruses. Now we have another special filter that we're going to be giving them that will take out those forever chemicals and heavy metals that they have in their water. So things are going great on that. From that Gold Coast Magazine cover and story that they're doing on us about water for children around the world, we're going to have a special event at a place, the ex-Mayor Penny Sweet's place. She just sold the place. It's in Kirkland, Washington. It's called The Great Choice. She sold it to actually one of her staff members, which you don't hardly see anymore, especially an expensive restaurant on the waterfront. Usually the staff couldn't afford nothing like that, but she worked out the payments for the staff. Old school, just like they used to do back in the day, where you could work in a place and then end up owning it, without investors coming in. So that's really great tradition. And so June 14th and 15th, we'll be there having a 2-day magazine signing, and I got to send you guys an electronic copy of the Gold Coast Magazine to check it out with the story. Amazing story. And we got music acts going to be performing right on the Kirkland waterfront, Kirkland, Washington, which is only like 15 minutes away from Seattle. Beautiful area right on the water there. They actually call it Google Land now because Google then really took over the place with the high tech guys, So yeah, we're going to be doing that on the 14th, and we'll take plenty pictures, send it to you, and a electronic copy of the magazine, also the Gold Coast Magazine. So things are going good. And to send the I gotta go shortly because I'm sending water filters to the Hopi today actually. So yeah, things are going great.
Awesome. So Emily, I want you to bring up for everybody, and Leon, I want you to tune into this. Emily, bring up the information from mutualaidnetwork.org on the Solidarity Summit that is going to be going on the 14th and 15th as well. I'm sorry, the 15th and 16th, Saturday and Sunday. And for the summit, we're taking proposals. So Leon, for you and the crew with that event and everything you're doing, if there's any time in that weekend where Emily and I could coordinate with our mutual aid platform to kind of have a check-in on that weekend and maybe a little insight what's going on with the event and everything. I know we always do that as a nature of the show. If you happen to be available, at that event anytime between 11 and 1 Pacific time. But when Emily shows what's going on with this event and how people can submit proposals, we still have room to do more in that summit weekend. Emily, how are you doing? Are you ready to do a little show and tell of the Mutual Aid Network and specifically what the Mutual Aid Network, Humans United in Mutual Aid Networks, we're all going to be up to the 15th and 16th. What's your timing, Emily?
Well, it'll just be another minute or two.
Another minute or two. So yeah, it's something that
There we are. There's a beautiful cover.
There's a
I'm
beautiful
sorry,
what?
Emily just pulled. I didn't mean to interrupt. Cover of Leon McLaughlin.
Oh yeah, in the
Behind
background.
me.
Yeah, making a difference. Leon McLaughlin bringing water to children around the world. So yeah, it's a big part of what we do when Emily brings it into her video background.
Yeah, that's the magazine cover. And I'll send you guys a electronic copy. And if anybody want to join us, come on down. It's free, great music, great food and fun. At the like I said, at the Great Choice in Kirkland, right on the waterfront. And if anybody want to join us on our mission to bring clean water to children around the world, you can go to www.cleanwaterfoundationwa.org. $150 provide 50 people with clean, fresh drinking water. And those units usually last for about 30 years, and you just change the filters every year.
Yes, Leon, I want to share again today. Today is World's Ocean Day. In the beginning of the show, Emily was kind enough to show Boynton Slats, the ocean cleanup 100th live video of the excavations of cleaning up the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. And Leon, we rededicated the book to Boynton and ocean cleanup, the first book, Underwater Acts of Kindness. So we're all grateful today for the amazing work that they're doing out there. And we want to thank all the military, the Navy, the Army, the Air Force, the Marines, the Coast Guard, everybody doing their part too for walking the beaches, picking up plastics, the garbage, putting it away, recycling. This is World's Ocean Day. This is our Mother Earth. And thank you, Leon, for bringing these clean water filters to places that aren't located by these beautiful waters, such as the Navajo Hopi reservation. So I'm so excited for you that you're shipping them out. We're making a world of a difference. And Emily, can you read that back cover there? What's on the front cover of Leon's magazine and Gold Coast Magazine? Can you read that out loud to everybody so we can see that?
This is making a difference. Leon McLaughlin making a difference. Leon McLaughlin bringing water to children around the world.
What a beautiful story and what a beautiful photo, Leon. Congratulations. So we need to get that out there.
Thank you so much. And I just also had a meeting with the private equity group that's going to help us with those 4,000 stores and donate a percentage of their profits for our clean water and to put Mariana's characters in the store, Water Flow and the other characters, and her book along with Dr. Emoto out of Japan, CEO Books, Messages of Water. And now they've hired some extra attorneys to expedite these closings. So we're hoping that July, August will be done and they'll start opening up those stores, which is awesome. So that's some great news also.
Yeah, I want to just quick share with you also that Leon and I had the opportunity. I had 2 days with Dr. Liddy, my intellectual property attorney, who was hired through HNP and receiving funds from the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance to federally trademark the Acts of Kindness series. So Leon and Dr. Liddy and I spoke yesterday, and we're real excited about the projects, getting all the trademarks up and going, approved, making sure that we are working with Folk Manus Puppets to use their merchandise and the products, and Lucy Lynch singing, the songwriting, talking about copywriting and trademarks. We had a great meeting yesterday. Leon, what'd you think of Dr. Liddy? She's pretty amazing, isn't she?
She's totally amazing. And it's nice that she want to join us on this bundle package that we're putting together. So, it's all about working together works. And it all started, at the World of Ability that we're bringing in these great people, great connections. And like I said, when we start this private equity group that they told me yesterday, they're trying to expedite these closings for us to put Mariana's puppets and books into these coffee, water, and juice bars. Is going to be phenomenal.
Excellent. So, Emily, let's get back to our mutual aid network, Humans United Mutual Aid Networks, and with the Solidarity Summit, Saturday and Sunday, June 15th and 16th. So our World of Ability show will be a part of the lineup that weekend. And so Emily, explain a little bit more about what the Solidarity Summit is, what we're trying to do, what's already going on, and how folks like Leon and Mary Ann and Don, how everybody can submit a proposal for being a part of our agenda.
So the Solidarity Summit, there's one 4 times a year, every quarter. Kind of talking about mutual aid and how to it's very the whole like mutual aid concept and so on. So next weekend we're starting out with yoga, and then there's a thing in the human family, and then there's karaoke with another one of our HMP people from Hawaii. And then Sunday, there's a Peace Cafe and then a video screening discussion and highlights and so on. I am also going to, even though it's not, you can't physically see it right now on here, but I'll be saying something about EC Expo and our virtual picnic that's happening on the 4th of July. But if you are interested in saying something about your organization and so on at the summit, there is a tab here called Talk Proposals. If you click on Talk Proposals, it comes up as this thing where you can put in your title and information and what you're going to be talking about. To submit it, and then might be able to talk about it at the summit. Good. Did you have anything else you want to say about it?
Well, I guess the connecting thought again is with what we're hearing that Leon is going to be doing during that summit. I didn't know if the weekend allowed any brief time, even if it's 10-15 minutes, to kind of have a check-in to kind of merge the two events by getting a little glimpse by coming on our Zoom session we'll be doing for Mutual Aid Network and letting the audience of the summit know what you're doing, Leon. So I don't know if pulling that together is possible and if the weekend allows for that moment, but I thought it might add to the event.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Let me see. The event starts actually at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So that's when the event starts.
Yeah, so I don't know if it makes sense to hit your day earlier to have something part of the summit to let them know what is going to happen then at 5 p.m. Pacific time. However, but
yeah, let's work it out.
might be an idea.
Let's see what we can do. I think that would be great because, like I said, we're doing 2 days, the 14th and the 15th. So you're saying the 15th, not the 14th, correct?
Yeah, so it's the 15th and 16th, so the Saturday and Sunday. So on the Sunday side, obviously, if anybody came into the summit on Sunday, the 16th, that would be a post-event review, if it was on the Sunday. But Saturday is available to talk about, so both on our World of Ability show like this, and then also with the summit Zoom session, we'd be able to share doubly, what you're doing at that event that starts 5 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah, it'll probably be the Saturday deal because, like I said, on Friday, it won't be around. So on Saturday, let's get together and then we can put a plug in. So lucky, yeah, we're doing 2 days with this event. So that's great.
Okay. And then
so let's do it.
All right. And then Leon, we have Don Crumlin here. Have you been on here with us when Don's been on before? Have you two coexisted before in Zoom fashion or anything?
I'm not for sure. The name sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Well,
Don
I just want to bring up Don was in the military in Oahu, Leon, and he was in the Air Force and service. And thank you so much, Don, again, for all the military for ocean cleanup. And we talked about the Red Hill contamination over there and the uranium and everything. And Don's into health and sciences and a musician. And I want to put a little plug in here to Don and Sue is in our book, Underwater Acts of Kindness, we have Noah's song. And anybody can create their own music and instruments to it. So I want to put that out there to Don to check it out. If Sue can bring up the lyrics and the book and the puppets, we can have some music fun later on in the show. But yes, Leon, Don is amazing. And again, we want to thank the military. We have 500 million people worldwide with a hearing loss. Millions of moms and dads coming home from being of service who can't hear their own children or grandchildren. And the military families that have been misplaced because of the Red Hill contamination on the island of Oahu, Hawaii. And we talked about bringing the books onto the military bases, the Acts of Kindness series. So I'll let you guys interact. And thank you again, Don, for being of service, as you too as well, Leon. We got a lot of networking to do, so take it away. So go out and play. I'm Marianne of Waikiki.
Marianne, thank you again so much for all that you do and all of the wonderful words of complimentary interaction that you share with us. I really, really appreciate it. And I really appreciate all of the wonderful things that you do. So thanks again. And yes, I have been on at the same time with Leon in the past. Briefly, we have not connected directly yet, so we need to fix that. But I am certainly an admirer of all of the wonderful work that Leon is doing on a global basis with bringing water to children around the world. That is an extremely noble cause and a necessary one. So my hat is off to Leon for all of the great things that he's doing as well.
All right, thank you, Don. And so Emily, we've got some notes on what's available with this World Water Day and everything that Marianne has been talking about today, and that we wanted to do with Leon. You have some live streaming notes in terms of what's next. Are you ready to go, Emily?
It's World Ocean Day.
Oh, I'm sorry, World Ocean Day. World Water Day is a different day, but every day should be World Water Day.
And Leon was in World Water Day in March, and he was in Waikiki, Hawaii, and he met with Lucy Lynch and Matthew Lynch, the songwriter, musician
and
that we are
LeVar
using.
Burton from Star Trek. He was there also. LeVar Burton from Star Trek and Roots. He was there also at the event.
And he also met with Annie Renee from the Equus Hotel, who's featured in 2 of our books, Rabbit Acts of Kindness, No Bully, and Pono the Hawaiian Polo Pony, Righteous Acts of Kindness. So today is World Ocean Day. So we're highlighting Hoyt and Slat, the Ocean Cleanup Organization. We had a 4-minute video in the beginning of this podcast. Don't know if we can play the second one, or this is just some basic information here. If you see that, Leon, whoops. I don't know what happened there. Can you read that? I can't see it. What did Emily bring up?
These are the, this is, I guess
I can read it.
Some statistics.
Statistics.
Like
oh, okay.
71%.
So, yeah, so 71%, this is how much Earth's surface is covered by the ocean. 16%, that is how much of sandy beaches erode by a meter per year. I can't see the top, I'm sorry. So 25%, that's how much of marine life calls coral reef home. 70-90%, that's how much coral reef will vanish and temperatures rise over to 1.5 Celsius. 680 million, that's about how many people live low-lying coastal zones. 15 times, that's how much more likely they are to die from worsening floods, droughts, and storms. 30%, that's how much of the oceans we must protect by 2030 to restore ecosystems and to stabilize the climate crisis. 6.3.5%, that's how much of the oceans currently protected by marine sanctuaries. So thank you for that information. I wanted to share that again on World Ocean Day.
That's
Thank
very
you,
powerful.
Emily.
That's super
Thank
powerful.
you, Emily.
And to send that out to everyone, and we'll definitely be putting it on our website. That's some great information.
Absolutely. And we have Barbara Weinstein joining us. Barbara, we're talking about World Ocean Day, and we know you are one that imbibes of fun you can have along the ocean and the sandy beaches of the ocean. So Barbara, what do you want to do to help us imbibe in World Ocean Day?
Goodness, my friend whose name is Goddess, that's her legal name. She has this dream that, it's going to be sunrise and there's going to be like hundreds, thousands of women that know the value of jumping into the ocean, like before the sun comes up, and, come out laughing and hugging and singing, and dancing. I had some videos of the women just so free, from being able to do that, going into the ocean, when I do it, it's amazing. It's such good medicine. It's like instantly, any negativity, any pain you're carrying, any anger, it's just like gone. And, just as long, just put your whole body in, and that seems to happen like magic, because we don't quite understand about water and how water crystallizes, having to do with the thoughts that are there, the energy that's there, right? Studies that were done showing that. I think a lot of people are familiar now. I feel funny talking about things that just seem like too strange. I should just have that picture. Just too strange to believe. Well, how does that work? Because I don't really know, but I know that I believe that this man who put words on glasses filled with water, and he would say them. The one was love, and he would try to get those feelings of love, say the word love, relate to love. Then he had another one that said hate, I think. And then he would try to put out, feelings that would have to do with hate. And then he did something to show the way the molecules of the water crystallized. And the ones that had to do with love were beautifully symmetric, just showed like real harmony, real unity. And the ones that had to do with hate, they weren't, they weren't crystallized beautiful. They weren't organized. So this was an interesting study that you can find all the information on this great film that's called What the Bleep Do We Know? I don't know how many people have seen that yet or down the rabbit hole, but it was three different filmmakers that got together, and they said, let's make a film that's going to change the world, that's going to help create world peace. And the actress they got, I think her first name's Marlene, I believe she's a deaf actress, and they figure she would be the best person to be able to communicate the feelings behind the words, because as a deaf person, she's been doing that her whole life. And they just came up with this great movie. They went around interviewing great minds of our times, people around the world who were scientists, who were psychologists, to see what they had to say about how do we make this planet become one of peace and harmony. And good movie to see. And today I'm so happy right now because I just came back where all these women and young women got together at this Buddhist community center to chant, which is a really energetic prayer about creating world peace. And the idea there too, it's interesting. It's like by 2030, things are crucial that in the next 6 years that we're able to create what it is we want to see, that we're not all going, well, I'm just one person, I can't do anything. What's real is what I see on the news, that we get beyond that and we tap into the lion's roar inside of us, that enlightened life. If anyone saw the Tarzan movies that were happening like in the 60s with Johnny Weissmuller, it starts off with a lion roaring in the jungle, and you see how all the jungle creatures, they'll stop their little chattering and everything else they're doing. And there's a quiet that comes over the jungle for a while in response to the lion's roar. So we get encouraged, like, all right, pull out that energy from inside your life, like the lion's roar that, is going to affect the world. And we're learning, we're working on it. I still gotta ask, did I make sense to anybody?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're all good, Barbara. Good stuff. So there we go. It adds to our conversation. Imagine that it all came flowing forth as I brought up about World Ocean Day. And so, but what we want to do now is Emily. We still have our list here of what we're going to do in a little show and tell. So we have a request by Marianne. Can Emily play a 4-minute video at the end. So we're about a half hour away from that. So we can share worldwide again. It's powerful, and that message needs to be shared again like we did at the beginning. But Emily, you have some other news and articles and references. We kind of have your lineup, Emily, of show and tell. And then we want to get the request out to Sue. We're going to, Sue had the book up to the screen, but we're going to do a little bit more with Sue with the book. But Emily, we're on to you. So yeah, Sue's doing a little bit with the puppets. We can do more. And then the app game Bad Karma. So Emily, how are we doing? I'm looking at you for a little timing. I'm trying to give you a little time, Emily, but can you help me out here? What are we waiting for, Emily?
Marianne's website.
All right, we're going to go to Marianne's website. We're talking about Acts of Kindness book series, correct?
Yeah.
Is that right, Emily?
Here you go.
Emily, take it away. The audience is yours.
All right, so here's Marianne's website. Marianne, did you want to say anything about your website, or
Yeah, if you scroll
you want
down,
me to-
thank you. No, thank you, Emily. If you just go back to the beginning. Thank you. Those are the 4 books, the Acts of Kindness series, Underwater Acts of Kindness, featuring Noah, the hard-of-hearing whale, who is recruited by a sea turtle called the General of the New Earth Army to tackle the Great Pacific Garbage Patch between Hawaii and California. And there's Flip and Flop, our service alpha dolphins, Shaka the sign language shark, and the red octopus is named King Octo the 8th, who teaches the signs of peace, love, happiness, and thanks. There's also a song, Noah's Song, and it can become a song and dance contest for classrooms or anybody. TikTok. When I was in Hawaii, some aunties and uncles were singing it on the shores of Pokai Bay, and I just gave my book for the security guard down here in San Carlos, Mexico to read, who is an artist, and he absolutely loved it. And he goes, I play guitar, and I can't wait to share this with my wife, who happens to be a manager at Walmart, and they wanted to know how they could get the books. And you can get the books on Amazon. And he loved my picture, my back bio picture on the back cover of Rabbit Acts of Kindness, and he wants to create a portrait of me. So what a beautiful morning I've had here in San Carlos. So Rabbit Acts of Kindness, Emily. Then there's Righteous Acts of Kindness, featuring Pono the Hawaiian Polo Pony. Leon referred that he was in Waikiki on World Water Day, and he met with Auntie Renee of the Aquas Hotel, where we wrote the book. Pono has a deaf rider, and we are writing Cool Acts of Kindness for Climate Change, featuring Waterflow the whale. Up there in the right corner is a penguin named Mr. Penmanship, we're going to write letters for Greenpeace for climate change. And we have Brittany, the sign language baby polar bear. So I am working with my writer, Suzanne Sims. We have moving forward with the outline of that short book for Clean Water Foundation and Leon McLaughlin, and songs by Lucy Lynch, which we play at the end too. Love is the Only Way. We made video animation trailer as for Love is the Only Way and Rich and Radiant I Am. So those are the musicians. Again, Nick's guitar sounds like Whales and Dolphins. Mike Tenenbaum, amazing guitar, and Blake's bass music actually heals broken bones. Frequencies that heal broken bones. I didn't know if you knew that, but that's, again, solfeggio frequency we talk about. It's all about vibrations. We need to raise our vibrations, especially for World's Ocean Day. So that's Dr. Fingers, the finger spelling hermit crab. Again, want to shout out to Trevor Gibbs at Charity Revolution, the web detective. He helped me organize this, so this is ADA compliant. Again, that's American Disabilities Act compliance, where President George Bush 30-some years ago signed the ADA compliance. And at that time, I was a case manager with a deaf at Transitions Community Support Programs. So through my journey and works, I'm leaving a legacy, and we can get these copies of the books for all classroom teachers from an organization called DonorsChoose.org, as you can see there. It's so easy, teachers. It's back to school. They're off for the summer. If you're listening, please tell your teachers it just takes 10 minutes to fill the application. And as you slow down there, Emily, you can see the steps. Teachers, take action. It's summer break. Take action. So easy. Donors Choose. And then you can go to Amazon, play the Apple app games. We created YouTube videos of the 4 characters: Chelsea, the courageous sign language chicken; Dr. Fingers, the finger spelling hermit crab; Eve, the finger spelling bumblebee; and So Go Out and Play is our tagline and message. Scrolling down here. Thank you, my fiber graphic teams. They're in Pakistan, who helped me create these beautiful photos and website. There you go. There's the finger spelling alphabet. You can learn that from the website and go play the game. There I am with Eve, the finger spelling bumblebee, signing the word more. And a lot of children use that, baby sign language, meaning more. I want more food, more milk, more cookies, more money, mommy and daddy, and more. So more clean water filters will be our next one. So thank you again, Leanne McLaughlin, for doing your work. And there you go. There's games there we have there that we created. A glow in the dark party, chapter 3, and underwater acts of kindness. Rabbit acts of kindness there. There's another app game. And then there's Greta Gobble on the golf course, where you learn the numbers of the alphabet. So there's, again, scrolling down, Emily, thank you so much. Is Rabbit. Harry the Hard of Hearing Rabbit. These are outlines for the coloring books. So again, as Leanne talked about, we'll be bundling these books together with profits and percentages going to Clean Water Foundation. There you got the whole package. You got a book, you got an app game, you got a song and dance contest. So much unlimited fun with the Acts of Kindness series and the Folk Manus puppets. They're amazing puppets. Again, all classroom teachers in the United States of America can receive copies of my books from DonorsChoose.org. So we are working on Waterflow the Whale, the Clean Water Foundation. We created some designs for t-shirts and merchandise. There's the General of the New Earth Army, again, who recruits Noah, the hard of hearing whale, to tackle the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. There's a pledge of the New Earth Army for plastic cleanup. Again, we've done a lot of work in these books and leaving these messages at the end of the book, along with Lucy Lynch's amazing poetry. So here's just some photos of us, the fun, the So Go Out and Play that we got to do in Hawaii to create these, the vision and the mission. I had a great opportunity to sign for a beautiful deaf man in Honolulu for over a decade, Mr. Scott, and he relocated to San Diego, and what of a world of ability, he became a veterinary assistant. He loved the ocean, swimming with dolphins. I got to swim and do dolphin excursions, bringing this vision and mission, and there we are. So Emily, if you can go to the About page, I'm going to highlight everybody here today. So there we are. There's our Acts of Kindness team. Suzanne Sims, a writer. Lucy Lynch, the singer, a songwriter, poetry. Marianne Ambrose, Marianne of Waikiki, author, Apple game developer, sign language interpreter, HMP co-host, HMP Ability sign language interpreter, World of Ability speaker. And there's my friend Duff Scott. He's a healer. He's now a veterinary assistant. He's working with patients with dementia. He's living his abundant life in San Diego. So there's our vision and mission again, our principles. And then we go to our team, where you can see our qualifications. And down below there is Dr. Liddy. She's our intellectual property attorney. And we just had 2 meetings with her each day, Thursday and Friday. Leanne and I did about trademarking, copywriting, the books, bundling the books, the Folk Manus puppets, Lucy's songs, the animation trailer videos that we created. And we are seeking funding. We're going to be seeking crowdfunding. So I'm hoping Jay, who was earlier on here, can help us find the funding to bring these books into animation movies worldwide. we'll be talking to Jay soon. So Kurt put that on my list. I'd love to follow up with Jay. What a great opportunity for him to hear and share the story again on World Ocean Day. So there's a press release of the books, how to get the books. I did receive a Woman of the Year award from National Association of Professional Women with the honor of Star Jones writing about the project. So again, anybody coming up with a project, thought to action, write it down. You'd be surprised what the universe is going to provide you, who you're going to network. Again, HNP, World of Ability. Look at that. I wrote that, I don't know, I think it was 2016. I have to look at my award, but look what we're accomplishing, Kurt. So writing it down and making it all happen. And moving down farther there, that's the portrait that they want to make a photo of. Yes, I can. I actually got to sail 2017 Southwest Florida to Virginia, 91 days, 1,700 nautical miles. I got to sail up through the ICW, and I got to see the fleet of Navy ships. And during that sailing journey, we had clean waters. Really didn't see any floating balloons, birthday balloons, sailing around. And I was just, my mouth dropped sailing on this Veneto through the naval base, just fleets and fleets of Navy. Unbelievable. Thank you for everyone being of service and being out there protecting our oceans that bring us clean water and healthy water to survive on this planet. And there I am in Hawaii with the book Underwater Acts of Kindness, Sailing on Solitude with my captain here that I'm with in San Carlos now. We sailed San Diego to Cabo. We stayed there. He brought the sailboat over here and I joined him here in San Carlos, where we're currently working on the projects. And then the other photo there in the stripe there, that's me sailing with Captain Jeff and Cheryl from Alaska. Sailed from San Carlos to Mazatlan. Again, these oceans have been clean. I haven't really seen a lot of different stuff. So again, it's World Ocean Day. So thank you, Boyd Slat, and the ocean cleanup. Moving down forward, again, Leon was in World Water Day in Waikiki, Hawaii. He met with Auntie Renee, the Equus Hotel. Again, she's in 2 of our books, Rabbit Acts of Kindness, No Bully, and Righteous Acts of Kindness, featuring Pono the Polo Pony. There's a photo shoot way back when I was introduced to Leon and told him about the Folkman as puppets, and the first book was written. Look how far we've come now with this amazing network. And thank you again, Leon, for not giving up and believing in the Acts of Kindness series. And moving down further is thank you, World of Ability, for having us on your podcast, Kurt Roscoff. Thank you so much. There's Leon with some of his filters, and he just left to send more filters to the Hopi Navajo Reservation. There's Sue Roscoff, my puppeteer. She's amazing. Teacher instructor at the University in Wisconsin, sharing her marine biology stories and being present here in the podcast. And Emily, oh my God, Emily, what would we do without you? Thank you so much, Emily, for being the podcast engineer. Trevor Gibbs, thank you for ADA compliance, a QR code. It's all about networking, and we are making a better difference here. And again, Leon was just on the cover. We're going to have to put his cover photo on the new website. So thank you for sharing a lot of information today on World Ocean Day. So go out and play. I'm Marianne of Waikiki, and if Sue can find the book and this Noah's song and some puppets, we can have a little play at the end after the other guests are speaking. So much for let me take so much of the time today. And Barbara, we had a video 4 minutes long. We'd love to show that again so people who are missing out, so you can really see the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, which is the size of the state of 2 sizes the state of Texas. So they're doing amazing work. So Emily, if you can get that played again for Barbara and our audience who haven't seen it. Again, we want to highlight World Water Day and Boynton Slat for the amazing work that they're doing, and the militaries for protecting our waters and our waterways and our coastal ways. The ICW.
First
Aloha.
of all, though, Santa has joined us.
Okay.
So, hi, Santa.
How's everybody doing today?
We're doing good. We're celebrating, recognizing, and vibing in World Ocean Day. So, have you ever found yourself in an ocean, Santa?
I actually have. I've dipped my toes into the Pacific and into both the Atlantic. And I watch these videos, everybody on here, where these guys go rescue these animals. And she was talking about the clean area and stuff like that. These people that go out and rescue these animals that are all covered or caught up in fishing nets or lines or stuff like that, that one really gets to me. And these people that go and rescue these animals, I mean, these animals want to live a long, healthy life and just enjoy swimming in the ocean, and they got to run into garbage that's put out by careless humans that don't give a crap about our oceans, and it's a really sad state. And what I've heard a little bit, Marion, you're doing an awesome job, and this association is putting a lot of time and effort into cleaning up our wonderful ocean that we can never take for granted, and it's pretty amazing. I've still got a lot of journeys left in my life yet and a lot of places to see, but the ocean is a immense place to create amazing memories.
Absolutely. And I'm kind of trying to organize around you, Santa, for that ever so aspiring photo opportunity. We call it Santa in his Speedo. So soon to come.
So I have a question for Santa.
I don't know if everybody wants to see that.
Oh, done. I agree with that one. Go ahead, Marion.
So Santa, what kind of messages can we do now? What can we create now for Christmas so that these toys, these plastic toys, these little mini pieces are not floating around in the garbage patch, or children, our toys, our sandboxes, our beach toys. What can we do? What kind of message, Santa, can we get out there so that we're picking up our beach toys and plastic bottles, whatever, on the beach? What kind of message can we do, Santa? Because Christmas in July is happening.
Oh,
so we need to get some
is.
messages out there, Santa. We'll be on your podcast. Thank you for joining us on World Ocean Day.
Absolutely. And, I think it comes down to people being responsible for their own actions and quit being so lazy in the fact that don't just throw it out on the beach and expect someone else to look after it for you. Be responsible for your own actions. What are you holding, Sue? It's a lobster. Okay. I get it. Yes, I mean, if people take responsibility for their own actions, they can clean up after themselves. They can make the beach look like they got it when they showed up. Like, quit being, we have a big lake in Minnesota where I'm at my summer cottage, and they show pictures of the lake in the spring when the ice is melted. And the people that go out there ice fishing with all their big ice fishing shacks, some of these things are just incredible. But they don't clean up their mess after them. And where does it go? It melts into the water and it floats to the shoreline. And some of these beautiful beaches along that shoreline of that amazing lake just look thoroughly disgusting. And who is responsible for that? Every one of the people that go out onto that lake. And I'm sure it's the same way as the oceans in a far bigger scenario. So you just got to be responsible. And I'd love to do a video and say, Santa is proud of the people that needs to be reassured that they collect after themselves, they clean up after themselves. But for the people that don't, they're going straight to the naughty list.
Oh, there you go. You heard it right here. So, Barbara, I want to give you a chance to weigh in, Barbara, with the show and tell and the website everything Santa's been saying. Where are you at now in this conversation? What do you have to add, Barbara?
I'm wanting to add, I don't know if everybody knows about Toastmasters, but it's an organization. It's fun. It's fun. You don't have to have money to be there. And it's all about helping us become the world's best communicators. This is where leaders are made, because I think everyone here has what to say and getting more help to be able to speak in a way that other people can hear you more easily. And a lot of times people will speak, and it's surprising when you get an evaluation what other people heard. They might not have exactly heard what it was you were trying to say. So that's what Toastmasters is an organization for, and it's fun. It's not fun. It's not Toastmasters, and they're everywhere. They took off the same time all the 12-step programs did. Like, it started with just these like white Anglo-Saxon men going to help each other, and now it's like all around the world in different churches and community centers, and and anywhere, breakfast, lunch, dinner, because it's really well done. It's 100 years of working at this very concept of how do we help each other become the best communicators ever, so we'll be making things happen. So I definitely wanted to share about that.
Excellent. Thank you for doing so. And speaking of excellent communications, Sue Roskoff, I think you have some excellent communications with some props and show and tell pieces and some things to be in our final segment here on Underwater Acts of Kindness and the Acts of Kindness book series and the finger puppets. Sue, are you able to unmute? And there we go. Here we go. Show and tell. Sue Roskoff.
So you can see the book here. This is Underwater Acts of Kindness by Marianne of Waikiki and Suzanne Sims. So created by both of them. I may have to take my background off so you can get a good view of this. But this is the book, and I know she talks a lot about the Folkmanis puppets, and I do have, she was kind enough to send some our way. I have 4 of them here that I can show you. So here's number 1. This is the general. Actually, Marianne, do you want to talk about who I've got here?
Yeah, can you unmute?
Yep, you're good. I can hear you.
Oh, okay, Sienna. This is Underwater Acts of Kindness. So this is a sea turtle called the General of the New Earth Army, who recruits NOAA, the hard-of-hearing whale, to tackle the Great Pacific Garbage Patch between Hawaii and California.
Another one of your great books.
And we have the characters here. This is, what else you got, Sue? That's that's King Octo the 8th, who teaches the sign of peace, love, happiness, and thanks. So those are Folkmanis mini puppets. They are so cute, and they fit on your fingers. You can poke at your friends. You can poke at your husband, Sue Roskoff, Kurt Roskoff. That's Shaka the sign language shark. And you can poke at your water skiing friends with a shark in the water up in the Wisconsin area. How about that?
And last but not least
is Dr. Fingers, the finger spelling hermit crab. And he teaches the ASL finger spelling alphabet to NOAA, the hard of hearing whale, after he's in a boating accident and loses his hearing and realizes what kind of world will he have when he sees all the sick fish because of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. So thank you, Trevor Gibbs, for helping me upload a video of Dr. Fingers on YouTube Kids, of him signing the ABCs, the 26 letters of the finger spelling alphabet. And all classroom teachers in the United States of America can receive copies of my books from an organization called Donors Choose. And again, it's World Oceans Day. And we are dedicating this book, Underwater Acts of Kindness, to the inventor, Boynton Slat, who is working with Ocean Cleanup, who created this machine, the Jenny, to just suck up the plastics. And Emily has a video that we'll play later. We played it in the beginning. They went through 100 excavations so far, and we want to show you what the amazing work that they're doing and highlighting them on World's Ocean Day. So Sue, there's a song by NOAA in the book, If you could find that,
I was
there's
just
lyrics.
looking and I
I want
wasn't
to see.
seeing it. There's a lot of songs in the back here. I've got Ocean.
No, it's I think chapter 8, but we'd love to
Oh, chapter 8.
if you could read it. It's about plastics. O Land Dwellers here is called it's called Noah's Song. It's in the chapter of the book. So it should be on the right hand side. And hopefully down the road, Don Crumlin can sing this tune for us with his own musical talent, his own musical sounds down the road. And so Santa, there's a unlimited fun here. We can so go out and play in so many ways. We have Appalachians now.
I just sent you a message on LinkedIn, girl, and we need to do a one-on-one.
Absolutely. And we got coloring books too. And so we're working really hard this summer. And teachers, again, you got time off. You can go on DonorsChoose.org and request copies of the books from Donors Choose. So Sue, you should find it there. And it's called Noah's Song.
Why am I
Like
not
chapter
actually seeing
8?
Noah's Song? I've got
Chapter 8.
Yep, I am. Here, let me take my background off. I am on chapter 8 and I am, let's see. 1 second. Let me clear this off so you can see where I'm at. So I have.
That Noah's Song?
I do not see Noah. It is talking about Noah, but I don't see Noah's song in here. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's after he's tackling the Great Pacific Arc, rising above sea level. Keep going. It's on a page specifically. It's great because for some of you joining, I've had people sing it in Hawaii with their ukuleles. I just gave the book to a security guard here at the grocery store in San Carlos. He just read the book. His grandson has autism. His wife is a manager at Walmart. He loves the story. They want to buy them. Where do you buy them? You buy them on Amazon. He goes, I play guitar this morning. I can't wait to play this song. And so guess what? We're going to be able to sing this song worldwide. So I want Don Clement to put his music to it. So Sue, could you read the lyrics for us today on World's Ocean Day? This is Noah's Song.
O land dwellers, hear our call. O walking ones, we need you all. Your plastic poison mess is causing pain and stress. It's robbed us of our health and the ocean of its wealth. Can't you hear us crying? The ocean, they are dying. Send your help this way. Hurry, don't delay. O land dwellers, hear our call. O walking ones, we need you all. Please send your help this way. Hurry, don't delay.
There you go. So what we're going to do, folks, if you can cue the video again that we played at the beginning and go right from that video right to Love is the Only Way. We have reached the end of our show. So everybody here is welcome to hang with us for a little World of Ability social time on the Zoom after Emily shuts down the lives. But this live is going to end with the video as we played in the beginning, and then Love is the Only Way. And that'll do it for this week. We look forward to seeing you back here next week with World of Ability and all week long with all of our shows here at the World of Ability Podcast Network. Take it away, Emily.
Today marks our 100th extraction of plastic pollution from the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, and it's the first one we're bringing to you live, giving you the opportunity to see the entire operation from start to finish.
Very excited. It's going to be a good day today, I think. And this being number 100, that's super special as well. When we started with System 2 in 2001, this would have felt like a very long time away, but here we are.
I mean, it's incredibly exciting.
So this is where we have our 4 cameras positioned. So you've got a view all around the deck. So hopefully we get some good angles and some nice shots today. 1,200 miles from land, we're a long way away, so it's deep, deep sea. The kind of a magical place to be. It's a place where not many people will experience in their lives. A real sense of the remoteness of the location.
So we know the technology works. It is a unique system in the world. It's so long, it's 2.2 kilometers. Imagine just walking that. It's really big. A lot needs to come together. 40 folks on the ships, then we have so many partners and people working together to get this done. It's the 100th extraction. We're getting better and better and better at it, but it's also tragic that we have to do this.
It is a bit that mix of emotions. When you see how much stuff is out there and how much stuff has been released into the environment, it is sad to see as well, right?
How much is this gonna be? And it's that anticipation of the moment when it all is landed on deck.
they're going to do it right, they're going to do it safe, and they're going to take the time they need to do it.
We have two main models that we're using and they were overlapping. So basically the models were saying you're in a good spot. It is next level.
It looks like we're about to see some action.
They're pulling now on that pickup line.
And it looks like we have the retention zone slowly coming over the back of the ship, step by step.
This is a really nice moment actually when you do this, because this is the first time everybody really gets to see it up close. At that point it's safe, it's out of the environment, and it's not going to be in the environment again.
It's just special to see and also great that it's not in the water anymore.
So what's going to happen next?
So we'll bring all of the plastic on board and it'll be pulled forward on the deck, and then they'll need to actually disconnect it so that we can pick it up and empty it.
We are only able to do this because we have partners supporting us.
Best of luck to the extraction crew. We hope for another record recovery.
I'm also super excited, and I wanted to say thank you to everyone who's been donating live. I was looking at the chat and just like donations are coming in. That's super cool.
Our community is asking to see it live, so here we are, bringing you closer to the action that's happening right this moment. I'm so excited to see so many of you joining online. I see people from Germany, India, Colombia, Hawaii. So thanks guys so much for joining us. We're so excited to have you here.
The faster we can go, the earlier we can scale up, the happier we'll be.
This is the moment that's like super exciting when you're on board, and it's going to be great to see it here as well. Yeah, it's kind of the highlight of the day.
I can't wait to see the catch on deck.
They're lifting it now.
You get this big noise, you're going to see everything fall. It's a steel deck, the whole deck is shaking underneath
here it is.
you as well.
This is it. This is the mission. This is the impact. This is all of the plastic. Wow. It's quite a decent pile.
Always magical, realizing that that would have been in the ocean for possibly centuries if we wouldn't have taken it out today. It's a good feeling.
You get that like nice explosion of plastic over the deck. I find it super satisfying to watch.
In this big pile, a lot of fish nets and all kinds of objects, crates, barrels. There are many things that we find in the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, unfortunately.
So we're going to recycle absolutely all of it that we can recycle.
The hard plastics and the fibers are sorted into two different fractions at that moment. Our global mission partner Kia will repurpose the plastic in their electric vehicles.
We look forward very much to receiving some of that plastic. We at Kia are working hard to find the best ways to recycle this plastic so that it never enters the natural environment again.
We hope you enjoyed this live plastic extraction and can walk away with a better understanding of our ocean operations. Keep following our progress on social media, and if you support what we do, speak about us to your colleagues, friends, and family.
All right, Emily, what's our timing for Love is the Only Way?
Couple minutes.
You need a couple minutes. Okay, couple minutes it is. Sue, do you have any last words while Emily is queuing up Love is the Only Way?
It's nice to be able to see that visual, and because you hear about, okay, there's plastic in the ocean. What does that mean? Well, you can see it. That is an incredible amount of junk sitting out there that does not belong there. I am so glad that there's such an active effort to make a difference and to clean that up and do the right thing out there. So thank you, Marianne, for sending that our way so we could share that out and see that. That's wonderful. Awful, it's out there. Wonderful, they're cleaning it up. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to request, please make sure that somebody gets me a copy of the lyrics. And if there's already existing music to it, I'd like a copy of that. If they want me to create some original music to go with the lyrics, then I just need the lyrics and any other comments that may go with that, and I'll see what I can work up. And we'll go from there.
All right. Well, actually, if it's okay with you, Marianne, I'll take a picture of it right now and I'll send it over to him.
Yeah, no, that's the idea. It's for anybody that wants to create their own music tune, whatever. We kind of wanted to make it like, a song and dance contest for the schools, but TikTok came out. So guess what? Put it out there. If TikTokers want to take this lyrics, so go out and play, get it out there. Let's get it out there.
You don't know how much longer TikTok's going to be around.
Yeah. But anyway, whatever you would like to do, Don, and if you would like to entertain us in future shows for that, we would love it. We'd really appreciate it. Shine your talent. Shine your talent.
Well, I don't know about all of that, but I know that I'll be glad to share what I come up with. I'll put it that way.
That would be fun.
I was listening to the reading of the lyrics and they sounded really cool. So I'll see what I can do to come up with something creatively complementary to the wonderful message that's in the lyrics.
Again, that was written by Suzanne Sims, my co-writer, and I'm real excited because we're writing the climate change books now. And thank you again, World of Ability, for having us here. Emily Goldmeiler for being Emily. Oh my gosh, EMG, podcast engineer of the year. Podcast Engineer of the Year, and Sue Roscoff too. Thank you, my puppet master, puppeteers, for sharing this story. And Santa will be talking because Christmas in July is coming. Kurt, maybe we need to have a Christmas in July show. And it was a great honor to have Jay hear us interact on World Oceans Day, and everybody gets to see what the great work that the ocean cleanup is doing. So, Love is the Only Way. That is Lucy Lynch, singer-songwriter of the Acts of Kindness series.
Love is the only way. Love is the only way. Love is the only way. Take a breath. Let it be alright. Take a breath. Let it be enough right now. Let this moment be what it is. Let this moment be your doorway to bliss. Seeking love, 'cause it's seeking you. Seeking light, 'cause light is you. Finding ways to let your heart beat. Finding ways to let your heart beat. And love is the only way. 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 And then make a move now. Let your spirit groove now. Let your heart be open. Let it be alright. And let your love shine bright. Let your spirit fly. Let the moonlight find its way into your heart. And know that love
Excellent. We want to give a big thank you for everybody being here today. And Emily, you want to go ahead and close us up for the day?
Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. We are here every Saturday at 1 o'clock Central for World of Ability. If anybody is interested in being in the show or any of the others, please let us know. Also, I want to thank our partners of Marcus Hart of Transforming Media, Lawrence Wingate of Wingate Studios, Zach Clayton of the PAC channel, and obviously Jay Stoyan of the Disability channel for their support of the network and the shows and replaying them. Guys, until next time, hope also encourage everybody to check out all of our social media and like, subscribe, share, and so on. YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and so on. But I guess until next time, hope everybody has a safe and productive week and to stay happy.